Hello everyone, TheDerpHog here. Today I'm going through the first 4 classic Sonic games and revealing secret rooms and routes that you might have not known about. The games are going to be in Origins order. Without further ado, let's get started. First up in Sonic 1 is in Green Hill Act 2. At the very beginning, right under the start, there are 2 10-ring monitors and a shield power-up. You have to go a bit into the level, then backtrack to get to the items. The next secret is not far from the first one. All you have to do is to continue following the bottom path till the red spring, then you land on top of the loop-de-loop which has rings and the very first extra life in the game. The next secret is found at the end of Act 2 in Green Hill Zone. First, get to this point in the level. Next, where the 2 collapsible platforms are, fall down onto the bottom route. This entire bottom route is a secret route since lots of people don't take it. At the very end is a 10-ring monitor. If you collected the other 153 rings, then you would perfect the level. Sadly, there is no perfect bonus in Sonic 1, but you can still boast about getting all 163 rings in Act 2. In Green Hill Act 3, there are 2 hidden extra lives. One on the normal route, and one on the very bottom and secret route. The one on the bottom route also has 5 10-ring monitors. Either way, you would have to backtrack to get both extra lives. In the first Sonic the Hedgehog, we have Marble Zone. In the first act there is a hidden room with 4 10-ring monitors and an extra life. It's very useful since it helps you gain 2 lives and an extra 400 points to your score. In Marble Zone Act 3, there is a hidden corridor that helps you bypass a huge chunk of the level. It also has an extra life in it as well. It's very useful for speedrunning without the use of glitches. Spring Yard Zone Act 2 has 2 secrets. This first one is another secret corridor that helps bypass a small chunk of the level. In it there's an extra life, and many rings. At the end, it shoots you out to the infamous pinball area. The second secret in Spring Yard Act 2 is that there is a secret ending to the level. It's tricky to pull off as you need enough speed and momentum to get onto the higher ledge. If you do it right, you are rewarded with a bunch of rings that help you towards getting the emeralds and a high score. Next up in Labyrinth Zone. Both Acts 1 and 3 have secret routes that help bypass a chunk of the level. Act 1's route has 4 rings in the JP version, but in other versions there are only 3. Meanwhile, Act 3's route has no rings at all, but helps you bypass a huge chunk of the level. In Sonic 1 is in Starlight Zone. At the very beginning of Act 1, there is a secret room with 3 10-ring monitors and an invincibility. Right after that is an extra life hidden under the first set stairs. At the end of the act, there is a secret ending. It's the second secret ending within the game. However, this time there are no rings, which is a bummer because if you're still looking for emeralds and short in rings, then you're out of luck. There's also no goal post as well, so this is a strange secret ending. The next comes in Scrap Brain Act 2. If you enter this transport tube with 50 or more rings, then you're transported to a secret route that is entirely on top of the level, map-wise. It's very tough to achieve since you have to dodge lots of deadly gadgets and enemies. In the 2013 mobile release, there is an achievement if you reach this area. It's definitely worth it. First up in Sonic CD, we have 2 extra lives next to each other in Palm Tree Panic. Sega learned their lesson from Sonic 1 by rewarding us with 2 extra lives instead of 0. This instance happens again, later in the video. In Collision Chaos Act 2, there is a hidden room at the very top of the level as you see here. It's very easy to get to and is a cool way to skip a small chunk of the level. At the very end of Collision Chaos Act 2, there is a secret exit. In order to get to it, take the very top route, gain enough momentum to reach the high ledge and get onto the ledge. If you complete this correctly in the 2011 release, you get the achievement, Take the High Road. Sadly, this is the last secret exit for a while. If you go to either the bad future or past, there's a statue hidden in a room in Wacky Workbench Act 1. The Angel statue is another achievement in the 2011 release version, Statue Savior. Later on in the past of Wacky Workbench Act 1, you can find the robot teleporter in a hidden room with an extra life. It's inaccessible in other time zones though. There is another instance like this later in the video. Now we're in Metallic Madness. First up, as you can see here in Act 1, in every time zone but the present there is an extra life right at the start. Like Wacky Workbench, Metallic Madness Act 1's robot teleporter is in a secret room that either doesn't exist or is inaccessible in the present and futures. There are lots of 10-ring monitors in this room as well. This room in the future is a lot like the hidden room for the robot teleporter in the past. It's only accessible in the futures, and inaccessible in the other time zones, past and present. It has lots of rings to help boost your score. Like both Wacky Workbench Act 1 and Act 1, Act 2's robot teleporter is in a hidden room with 4 10-ring monitors. It's inaccessible in other time zones though. This is also the last robot teleporter of the game. If you destroyed the other 13, then you get the good ending of the game. Here is an rare picture of both past and future signs right next to each other in the present of Act 2. This is roughly in the middle of the level. Go ahead and choose when you want to go to. In the 1993 release, the past time zone of Metallic Madness Act 2 has a spring too low where you can't advance in the zone from going this way. You can advance by going another way though. Plus, they fixed this problem in later releases. There are hidden extra lives in the past and futures. In the futures it is in the same place, while the past's extra life is somewhere else. The present got unlucky again. Moral of the story, spend your time in Metallic Madness in another time zone. Like Act 1, there is another area that is only accessible in the futures. This area gives you 4 10-ring monitors to help you boost your score and lives. And with this, that ends Sonic CD. I know that there's lots more in Sonic CD, but I only wanted to cover ones that unique and weird. Now on to Sonic 2. For the first Sonic 2 secret. In Emerald Hill Act 1, there is a secret extra life hidden in a tunnel as you're about to see in a few seconds. Extra lives are a good resource in this game, so find as many as you can. At the very end of Act 2, there is a diagonal spring that will send you flying to the top of Loop-de-Loop. Then a yellow diagonal spring will send you to an island with rings, an extra life, and bunch of coconuts badniks. You then would drop down to find the 7th checkpoint of the stage. That's all in Emerald Hill. At the very beginning of Chemical Plant Act 1, right under you is 2 10-ring monitors and an invincibility. As you see in this gameplay, there is a secret route in Chemical Plant Act 2. This entire route bypasses the rising water section, which makes the level a whole lot easier than before. You can see how to get there by clicking the card in the top right. As you can see here, in Casino Night Act 1, there is a hidden extra life in this part of the level. It's in the middle of the level. In Hilltop Act 2, there are 2 extra lives. One is found very early in the level, while the second is found later in the level. As you're about to see, there is a checkpoint hidden within the walls of Mystic Cave Act 2. I don't know what purpose it serves, but it's still a secret worth revealing. In the back of the ship on Wing Fortress, there is a secret extra life on the tail of the ship. It's weird that Eggman is keeping extra lives hostage to care for his flying fortress. Right after the extra life, there is a zippy thing that sends you flying across the top of the ship and sends you with great speed into the sky. In the sky, there are 3 10-ring monitors just floating there, breaking the laws of gravity. There is something weird about Wing Fortress. It has an extra life as the pilot. Yes, there is an extra life in the cockpit of the ship. It will help you with your journey as you're about to defeat the Death Egg robot. And those are some secrets found within Sonic 2. Now on to Sonic 3. In the Blue Sphere special stages, there is a glitch that deals with the bumper spheres. It locks the speed that you're currently at. As you can see here, the music is fast, but you're still at normal speed. And when you beat the stage, you go back to the speed of the music. In Carnival Night Act 2, there are a total of 6 lives with 2 right next to each other. If you want to learn more, click on the card in the top right. In this corridor at the end of Mushroom Hill Act 1, is a hidden extra life. You have to get onto the top route to get it though. As I said before, lives are very beneficial for you. In Mushroom Hill Act 2 on the very top route, there is a diagonal red spring that sends you flying to an island with rings and all 3 elemental shields and an extra life. It also sends you through most of the winter section to get to that island in the sky. As you're about to see here, there is a hidden extra life that you can collect to help increase your life counter. As you're about to see here in Hidden Palace, there is an area with 2 10-ring monitors and an extra life on one side of the gap, while on the other, there is an area where it has every single item, except for Eggman monitor, is next to each other. You can only access it either with Tails carrying Sonic, or debug mode. It's a wonder to behold. There are 2 hidden extra lives in Sky Sanctuary Zone. I didn't know about the first one until I did research for this video. Shocking. Finally, in Death Egg Act 1, there is a hidden room with these items that is inaccessible if you're playing normally. The only way to access it is using debug mode because the entrance is blocked by spikes facing forward. I'm guessing that this room was removed in later versions cause it served no purpose except for trolling. Seriously, it didn't even count towards the total ring count within the level. So, what was the deal with this room? Later in the level, there is an accessible room with all 3 elemental shields. It's a rare instance to find all 3 elemental shields together.
There you have it, 44 secrets within all 4 classic Sonic games. Did you learn anything new? Did you know any of these secrets? Did I miss any secrets? Comment your answers down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to see more videos made by me, click on the either two card links that are shown on the screen. And please subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And remember, everyone's awesome.